2020, no doubt, a trying time for everyone around the world, but there's one key element that can help strengthen our faith in each other.
Today we have a straight talk with Risa and Edwina about trust.
In this edition of Straight Talk, we're going to focus on a topic that perhaps we don't always cover, but is crucial, and that's trust. I have Risa and Edwina back from Ho'oko LLC to shed some more light on trust. And Risa, let's talk about this. Obviously, it is such a building block to relationships, and why is that so important in this day and age?
Well, trust, if taken literally, is defined as a firm belief in the reliability or the truth and strength of someone or something. And trust is at the core of every relationship or interpersonal dynamic. We first experience trust in infancy or childhood with our primary caregivers, and will they take care of us and meet our needs? That sets the tone then for the way that we'll experience trust in the future. And so when there is trust, there's confidence and safety. If you consider a financial trust that's set up to protect assets for the benefit of beneficiaries later in the future, it's that provides a sense of security. And so the same it is with trust in general. If a person can be trusted and find strength and reliability in someone or something, they feel much better. And that's so important given today's society and the community and actually our state and country right now with everything that's going on.
Certainly a timely topic. Edwin, I know you're a numbers lady, so give me some statistics on trust.
Absolutely, Tanya. So according to Pew Research, it's kind of interesting because they actually found that socioeconomic status of a person makes a big difference in the way a person trusts or not. And what they actually found is based upon their status with their ethnicity, their age, education, and income, the higher levels they are in those areas, the more trust increases. And it also goes opposite as well, too. If someone is on a lower socioeconomic status, there's also lower levels of trust. In the United States, they also found that 46% of young adults actually have lower levels of trust than those who are actually older. Americans in general, about 49% really feel that people nowadays days are not as trustworthy. And I think that's tied in, according to research, tied into what's going on right now in politics, in our society.
What are some of the factors that contribute to trust?
Well, according to the leading author and speaker, Brené Brown, we can identify those factors using the acronym BRAVING. And that includes having boundaries. What are they? Are they clear? Is the person reliable? Is a person accountable? Can they take responsibility for what they're doing? Are they willing to keep things in a vault, so to speak, to use discretion with what you might share? Do they have integrity? Are they non-judgmental? And can they be genuine? And generous. And if those factors exist, then the likelihood of a person having trust in another person is very high.
Trust is something that really takes time to build. But the interesting thing is that it can also break just as fast and quick as easily. And so trust really erodes too when truth is non-existent, especially when it comes to relationships. When there's lying, dishonesty, cheating, things like that are present, that really takes away the trust. Regarding trust as well too, a person needs to feel safe psychologically, emotionally, physically. And so when that's not present, trust doesn't exist. Also, when someone says something that really damages a relationship as well too, that also is difficult to reverse as well too, and that also breaks trust.
If someone wants to discuss these issues more, where can they go, or what should they call?
Well, they can certainly call us at 375-7712 or go to our website at www.ho'oko.llc, and any one of our therapists can have a discussion on trust with them.
Thank you, and we are all in the circle of trust here. Thank you for sharing this very valuable topic with all of our viewers on Living 808, and we'll see you next time for Straight Talk.
Thanks, Tanya.
Tanya.
Very grateful that they addressed this because it is so important, and right now too, you want to know who you can trust and to build that and everything else. So always great topics, and we're going to